Ryan Pace's first-round pick seems so obvious that I wouldn't be surprised to see him trade up to make it happen. Yes, the Bears have a need at edge rusher. Need is being charitable, more like a pending apocalypse, but more important is the need to protect quarterback Mitch Trubisky. We went through this with Jay Cutler before we found out that Cutler was the self-inflicted wound. But still, the point remains solid and urgent, which is exactly why it isn't crazy to expect the Bears GM to make a move to get Notre Dame guard Quentin Nelson, the consensus best lineman in the draft. The Pro Football Weekly Draft Guide, authored by Greg Gabriel, who has spent more than 3 decades as an NFL scout and director of college scouting, describes Nelson as a dominant run blocker and very good pass protector. Has excellent work habits and is a vocal team leader. Will be an immediate starter for the team that drafts him. Might be the best offensive lineman in this draft, but because he plays guard he may not be the first lineman drafted. If Pace agrees with that assessment, I expect him to move up from the Bears' current 8th spot to make sure he gets a bodyguard for Trubisky on the interior of a Bears offensive line that needs help. Some observers think it's nuts to take a guard at high and crazier still to trade up to do it. But if the Pro Football Weekly scouting report and others play out, then Nelson will be a Pro Bowl-type player, a projection likely hastened under Harry Hiestand, the Bears' new offensive line coach who just coached Nelson as a 3-year starter at Notre Dame. Listen, the most valuable asset the Bears have is Trubisky. Pace's job is tied to it, and Pace has traded up in the first round in his last 2 drafts. That's why this scenario wouldn't surprise me. No, Pace doesn't appear to have the draft capital to make such a move again, but Pace also doesn't have the luxury of gambling that the interior of his offensive line won't kill the face of the whatever future the Bears have. If it's true that it's all about the quarterback, and it is, then it continues to be all about the quarterback. It certainly was all about the quarterback with the hiring of former Chiefs play caller Matt Nagy and the quarterback incubator he created with his coaching staff. It certainly was all about the quarterback in free agency. Pace made sure Trubisky has targets who resemble actual NFL pass catchers, wideout Allen Robinson, slot receiver Taylor Gabriel and tight end Trey Burton. But here's the deal, those targets won't matter if the Bears can't keep their quarterback upright. Whatever it is that a first-round edge rusher can do, it's not nearly as important as keeping Trubisky healthy and able to throw. The idea is for Trubisky to get rid of the ball quickly because that's the read, not because he's about to be buried. The Bears don't care about making the playoffs this year or perhaps anytime soon. Neither Pace nor Nagy has said that's an expectation so I wouldn't be shocked if Pace moved up to snag Nelson to make sure the most important part of the team, most important part of the franchise, has the best chance of succeeding. The Bears' sad and weak lack of playoff expectations also sounds like an argument for spending that high first-round pick on a playmaker on defense in order to start the learning curve for the likes of edge rusher Bradley Chubb, linebacker Roquan Smith, cornerback Denzel Ward or safety Minkah Fitzpatrick. I get that thinking. The Bears will need players like that and will need to fill those positions if and when they get around to saying they intend to compete. But I also get this, they won't matter if Trubisky is in a body cast. Real talk, Bears GM Ryan Pace can't forget his biggest needs as draft unfolds. Fill in the blank. Bears writers address 4 topics before NFL draft. Bears honor Devin Hester and Matt Forte in retirement ceremony.